So I want to come to you and talk about the gift of tongues today. So speaking in tongues, or what some Christians call the heavenly language, it's talked about in the book of Acts. And it says that those who started speaking in tongues, or in an unknown language in which your mouth is moving, your lips are moving, you're making words, but you don't know what they mean. It just comes from somewhere deep inside your spirit. Modern Christendom is divided on this. Some churches say that it's from demons, and some churches say that it's from the Holy Spirit. There is really two camps in modern Christendom, and it kind of parallels those lines. And it basically says that if you haven't had the gift of tongues, then you're not filled with the Holy Spirit. If you have had the gift of tongues, then you are filled with the Holy Spirit. And really simple, it's you're either going to heaven or you're not. So think of this as kind of that argument is basically God's favorite people, or God's chosen people, or however you want to say that. He's going to give them the gift of tongues, and they're going to go home with daddy. Okay. The opposite side is, and it says, you don't need that. You can get filled with the Holy Spirit and not have that gift. So, do I think that all human beings can be given the gift of tongues? Yes, I do. Do I think that all human beings are going to receive the gift of tongues? No, I don't. And why is that? I think it's because of free will. Now, this is one of those things, kind of like arguing, was the fruit in the Garden of Eden an apple or a pear, or is the tree that we're talking about and the serpent actually a allegory for sexual sin? We can sit here and debate that all day. Well, let me ask you this. Does that affect your salvation or your faith here and now in any way, shape, or form? The answer, ideally, should be no. Is it fun for theologians to sit down and debate about and then later have a beer or a cup of coffee, depending on your denomination? Sure. Yeah. I mean, sit down, talk about it all day long. Does it change the fact that the Great Commission is still in place and that Jesus said, go make disciples of all nations and tongues? No. Does it give you license to not pursue the gospel, to not live out the gospel every day of your life to the best of your ability? And I emphasize that because let's face it, we have good days, we have bad days. So if you have tongues, fantastic. If you don't have tongues, great. If you want tongues, great. You need to work out your own salvation, like Paul said. And if you are one of those that is worried that your church is telling you that you need to really hit the prayer bones and you really need to be on point because you're not going to heaven because you're not talking in tongues like us, I want you to very, very seriously sit down with the big guy. I want you to get deep in prayer. And if you know that you know that you know at the very depths of your soul that God has you and that you are His, don't worry about it. Who cares? And then, like I tell people all the time, test it against the selfish, selfless test. If it's selfish, it's not of God. If it's selfless, it is of God. I hope this helps. I love you. Be blessed.